Here we go. Welcome to the Mukilteo Football Show. My name is Miles.
And my name is Kirk.
The AFC East, our fifth of 8 divisions as part of the preview of the 2025 NFL season.
Best time of year. Love it. Everybody's got hope and faith.
And it will slowly be crushed.
And we're right there, just mid-July. You can just taste it. And you're like, what is that taste? What? Is that the sea salt from the ocean? No.
That's almost like a leathery. Is that football?
That's a pigskin. I can taste it. Oh, I love it.
Oh,
yeah. Everybody's got hope. I love it. And this is definitely a division where you got 3 underdoggers trying to overthrow the one.
3 underdoggers, and then the contender with the biggest chip on their shoulder, the Buffalo Bills.
I know, man.
Great season that they had. Josh Allen was MVP, which is ironic because it came with the run game, with the offensive line doing better. For Allen actually to do probably the least that he had to do compared to some of the Herculean efforts. But he helmed a great offense. None of it mattered because they lost to Kansas City in the playoffs again. The AFC title game, which was just hard to watch, man.
It hurts. Hurts the soul.
To be knocked out of the playoffs for the 4th time by the Chiefs. Ugh. Don't forget they also suffered a beatdown from the Bengals in there as well. So they're just in the AFC quarterback grind. There's been the 13 seconds game. There's been wide right 2. There's been this one, which
the Kincaid drop.
Yeah. Though after the game, I pretty much said the Bills didn't even deserve to have
that shot.
They didn't even they were handled that game. And then maybe a little, do you think it's good for Buffalo how the Super Bowl turned out to see how Philadelphia just pushed around Kansas City and know that they got pushed around by Kansas City, so maybe it was good they didn't lose the Super Bowl 50-3.
Yeah, they didn't have to lose on prime time like that in that fashion.
Yeah, it might not have happened.
It's still kind of bittersweet. I mean, Josh Allen's career at this point, it comes down: can you make a Super Bowl? Yeah. Can you finally get over the top? And that's every season the Bills enter here. That is basically what they're talking about.
It's gonna feel so like. Even if they're like 11-2 in December, like no one cares. It's sort of like it's kind of like the old saying. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play?
Yeah,
So it's like nothing is going to matter until.
It's a great. That is perfect. Yeah, that's the Buffalo Bills in a nutshell.
That's the Buffalo Bills.
I think they were 11-2 to start the season. They did great last year. Beat Kansas City, handed them their one actual loss in the regular season.
They've beaten Kansas City 4 times in a row in the regular season. And I said after that matchup, don't do it. Don't win that game.
They're pulling this is turning into the Manning and the Brady rivalry all over again. The Colts could always beat the Patriots in the regular season, and they just got smoked in the playoffs.
But got to know how to pace yourself.
Yeah. But, same kind of group coming back.
Yeah.
I feel like last year people were down on them because they lost Diggs. Mm-hmm. And they're like, who are they going to throw the ball to? He lost his weapons. Is Josh Allen going to be able to do it? Mm-hmm. And they kind of did it, controlling the pace of play, running the ball with Cook. Who got a ton of carries last year. Yeah. Great season for him.
He leveled up. He was the reason they were in that AFC title game.
Oh, yeah.
Too. He absolutely made the big plays, the soul plays that needed to be made.
Yeah.
Josh Allen got stuffed short yardage a bunch of times in that AFC title
How many
game.
QB sneaks can you do?
I don't know.
God, that was frustrating. Yeah, but I forgot about all of that. God, I'm trying to forget.
Yeah, so I think the biggest storyline around the Bills is the lack of a wide receiver 1. We talked about James Cook. Khalil Shakir is there. Keon Coleman is there. Curtis Samuel, is he still there?
Samuel's still there.
Yeah, but they're all kind of like ancillary pieces, and
they brought in Josh Palmer.
You want to picture like who is Allen's, Travis Kelce or Tyreek Hill? Who is Allen's Jamar Chase or T. Higgins? He doesn't have that.
Yeah,
but
it's all spread around. I think it's Shakir, honestly.
You think Shakir could level up?
I think he could, and I think he got hurt in the middle of the season there last year, so people forget he was the guy that's going to step up. Still put up a pretty decent stat line for being hurt for a few weeks.
Yeah, you're right. There was a point at which I thought he was going to end up with like a 1,200-yard season, but he kind of got hurt. And
I like him. Keon Coleman, they drafted a first pick the year before.
Yeah,
so he got a year under his belt.
And then they got old Dalton Kincaid.
Who's
the guy who dropped that pass you referenced.
And he was hurt for most of the season, too. So,
right.
So I think like these weapons will finally see what comes together, because I like it when you just got a bunch of who you don't know who to focus on. You know, just a bunch of like talented guys that kind of just play role player positions. Let Allen cook. Yeah. Let him do his thing.
And that's force multiplied by the fact that Allen is such a big part of, obviously he can launch and pass and make decisions, but he's also such a great runner.
Oh yeah.
So you just got you know where to begin, nowhere to like start game planning for Buffalo right now.
Yeah.
But the offense hasn't been the problem.
It's been the defense.
Offense has been good this whole time. Yes, the offensive line took an upgrade and they were able to run it a little bit more, but the defense has been the problem, and which,
it's been bleeding.
It's supposed to be Sean McDermott's thing here. So he's on the hot seat.
He's on the hot seat again.
Yeah, he's always on the hot seat.
I know, and they're going to keep giving him chances to beat the Chiefs, but I don't know how long the Bills Mafia is going to put up with it. Eventually, there will be a horse in the bed, Godfather style.
You come to us on the day of our daughter's wedding and give us another 14-3 season and lose to the Chiefs.
I know. I mean, how much can you take as a fan base? I always feel bad. But they didn't really do too much upgrading. They drafted a secondary guy late in the first round. Yeah. They brought in Joey Bosa. As you said, he will be wearing, instead of a powder blue hoodie, he will be wearing
more of a royal blue
hoodie. As he will be hurting on the sideline by week 3.
Exactly. I kind of like that they didn't do a lot. Like,
bring some consistency finally.
Well, like, don't panic, basically. Like, don't think, we can never beat the Chiefs, blow it up. Like, they could have beat the Chiefs. Like, football is not, the destiny. Some stuff happens. Like, they gave themselves 4 chances. The coin flip went up the wrong way 4 times. Like, I feel like they could have a Super Bowl. Like, they could.
At least gone to one.
Yeah. 2021, they should have won. Or was that 2021? What was the 13 seconds here? Was that 21?
I think it was 22.
22.
Yeah.
That was their Super Bowl.
That was 21. That was the Bengals one.
Okay, you're right. 2021 was their Super Bowl. They had just, like, not even punted, or they got like 7 straight touchdowns against the Patriots in that wild card game.
Yeah.
They were lit up the Chiefs in the divisional game. They had it won, and that was their year. They would have crushed the Rams in the Super Bowl, but now I'm just depressing all Buffalo fans.
I know. They're like, can you quit talking about the Chiefs? Yeah. That's all we'll be measured by. And it's sad because as their season goes along, all you're just waiting for is the playoffs for them. Like,
I'm going to talk about the Chiefs because that's what happened. You're trying to talk about the play where Abraham Lincoln got shot. I'm talking about the assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
It was a great play.
It's like American, I forget what it was, but
I don't know what the actual play was. Yeah. I'm sure a Buffalo fan does. But the season starts off cupcake for them, I mean, Baltimore Sunday night, that's a tough game. But then you get Jets, Miami, New Orleans, New England, and Atlanta before your bye week.
Wow.
That's pretty nice. That shuffles up well for them. I think they're going to be sitting there doing just fine, and they'll just be ready to just make the playoffs, win this division like they always do.
Give yourself another flip of the coin.
Yeah.
Just give yourself another shot. I mean, health.
Josh Allen, defending MVP. Some people say it should have went to Jackson, but I'm looking at Allen. He threw 28 touchdown passes, and the leading touchdown receiver, it looks like, is Shakir and Coleman with 4.
Wow.
Like, he spread that ball around.
He did. He ran 12 touchdowns in, too.
Yeah, but he threw 28, and like they're all over the place. Everybody's got like 4 or 3 or whatever. Like, Dawson Knox has probably got 4, It's just like, he just finds who's open.
Yeah, I forgot that I had been calling them the Borg last year.
Yeah.
Josh Allen and the Borg. Like, we're all unified. You don't know where it's going.
It's a collective consciousness.
Yeah. All right. The over-under for the Bills is 12.5.
12.5?
Yeah, that's higher than Kansas City, Philadelphia, and Baltimore, who are all at 11.5.
Wow.
So, I mean, I feel like part of this is a reflection of the teams we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
Jets, Dolphins, Patriots being in the Bills division gives them, just +1. I don't think that's reflecting that Vegas thinks Buffalo is better than the Chiefs, Eagles, or Ravens, but
yeah. But 12.5's a high line.
That's such a hard over.
Man,
Golly.
13 games? You're saying 13-4.
Yeah, 13-4.
At least.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough line. Oh, man. But it just seems like a Buffalo thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough line to pick, but I'm usually like go unders on these. I think I'm going over.
Nice.
I'm going to just say that, yeah, another good regular season. Let's get to the playoffs and see where we go from there. But the division's pretty easy. I mean, I don't know. They do have to go through the AFC North as well, so it's going to be a tough line.
But you're going over?
I think they're fine. They didn't change things up. They're definitely a good enough team. They could have been the dynasty instead of the Chiefs.
I'm the Buffalo guy of us. I've been predicting Buffalo into the Super Bowl like 2 out of the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Last year I was one of the few Buffalo defenders last year saying like, hey, they went from an A+ to a B+.
Oh, I was down on them
back here. I'm gonna go under just on the fact that someone's gonna get hurt. I feel like there's gonna be an injury or something that maybe even Allen or something. I mean, you hate to talk that way, but I think that they'll have like a little stretch where they're not at full strength, and I hope it means they get strong for the end of the year and become one of those hot teams in December and January and pull a Super Bowl out. I'm so rooting for Buffalo, man.
Yeah. My worry is the defense. It's always the defense. Mm-hmm. I'm never really worried about the offense. I think they got the pieces. Allen's obviously a superstar.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot that
they didn't change much. I just worry when they play good teams, they give up points. Like that Rams game last year, they just gave up like 40 something.
Well, here's the path for Buffalo, and it's again health.
Yeah.
If all the people that are on the roster currently, if they just have a good, healthy defense, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm saying Super Bowl, but not over 12.5.
I like that. I like that. And I'm going bold to say regular season's good.
That's
which has shocked me
flipped.
myself. So.
We flipped.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk Miami Dolphins.
Man.
8-9 last year. Second place in the AFC East for a third straight year.
They finished fairly well.
Yeah. This one didn't feel as good as 2022 and 2023, which themselves didn't feel good because they just got blown out in the wild card round. So the Dolphins are, they're bubbling on the fringe of contendership a couple years ago. Now they've like fallen off that fringe. You gotta wonder.
Yeah.
Because the season was kind of, I feel like the narrative of the season is Tua got hurt. They were 2-4 without Tua. That's what happened. But they were 6-5 with Tua.
Yeah.
So it's not like they were like throwing they were beating like Jets and Patriots and Raiders and stuff like that. So not like they were lighting the world on fire with Tua. Stuff is just going bad in Miami, and this team maybe not improving, maybe going even down a little spiral from here.
I feel like both of you and me are just like a little less hyped on the Dolphins. A lot of people look at that offense and think, oh, this thing can hum.
Just because like Hill and Waddle
Waddle and A-Chain, they got the speed. They still think Mike McDonald, has got
McDaniel.
There's too many McDaniels
we got
and
two,
Mikes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
Mike McDaniel coming to his 4th season, known for the fast players, big plays, tons of motion, all of this stuff. And they blame the fact that Tua got the concussion. Mm-hmm. Half the people were saying he should retire. And I'm like, why are we asking the guy that just got a concussion to make a life decision about retirement? That was stupid.
I have a conspiracy theory. If he gets another concussion, the NFL will find a way to make him retire. Not because they care at all. They're just done with these headlines.
Yeah.
This is too much. The headlines got to stop. You're done.
Yeah.
That's going to happen, I feel.
But I feel like you were right where they didn't do that well with Tua either. Mm-mm. I feel like the ownership has just not figured out how to control a cap. And it's because they paid Tua, they paid Hill, they paid Waddle. You're paying Waddle basically what you're paying a number 1 receiver. The guy got 58 catches and 700 yards and 2 touchdowns last year. And he's getting paid like $30 million a year.
There is such a weird hype with Miami. What have they done? They haven't done anything.
They made a playoff, and then that was it.
They got blown out in both their playoff games.
2 playoff games, Bills, Chiefs, and they got smoked.
Yeah. It's like you said, Waddle hasn't put up the stats. Tua has never thrown for 30 touchdowns in a season.
Yeah.
Like, people talk to him like he's already proven himself. He's never won a playoff game. He's never thrown for 30 touchdowns. Like, now they're paying him all this money. They're paying Waddle. The money thing, I think, is important. They were signing such good on-paper defenses a couple years ago. Those those are gone.
Yeah, and they've lost people in the trenches, which is the key, because I feel like they were fairly built when McDaniel started.
Yeah, you're right.
And then they lost some good defensive pieces.
Both
they
sides,
lost some
both
offensive linemen. Tyreek Hill is now getting into his 30s.
31 now, yeah.
So it's like, man, when does that speed stop coming? You know, like he had a couple little ankle problems last year, slowed him down in a few games. You know, you say no Tua, that's why he didn't put up the stats. I'm like, this guy becomes a speedy receiver, but maybe like a late just Deshaun Jackson type. Like, where all they can do is the deep ball, because I worry about when he hits the cliff. Mm-hmm. And I've been worrying about that maybe a little too soon, but like now we're talking 31, your 30s as a receiver, and you're known for your speed. I'm concerned.
Yeah, and I would second that. I think like Tyreek Hill as a receiver had an ability to carry a quarterback.
Yeah.
Might not have that. Deshaun Jackson is a perfect comparison. Is Tua going to be bombing them to Tyreek Hill? No.
Yeah.
Tua's deep balls are horrible. He's the worst deep ball thrower in the NFL.
Yeah. Regardless of what Tyreek Hill says, it might be a little bias.
Not a trusted source.
Yeah.
I had this fantasy football index here, and I just wanted to read you this casual, just absolute insult to Tua. It's just a casual fantasy football quarterback. Tua Tagovailoa looks below average in comparison with the other 31 starting quarterbacks. That's how it starts.
He looks below average the other 31.
He's capable of above average passing stats, but there's limited upside and a troubling history of injuries. So, honestly, that is it.
That is a casual insult.
If you really zoom out and you take Tyreek Hill out of the equation, what has Tua done? Nothing. Has been a complete bust.
Yeah.
So, if Tyreek Hill is sliding, everything is Tyreek Hill. Everything about the Miami Dolphins offense this year is about Tyreek Hill. That's where I was getting, and you got there for me. It's very important that his prime continue.
It's that, and maybe A-Chain saves him a little bit.
Yeah,
because he's still quick. He's in his prime. Like I do like McDaniel. He calls a good offense, but now they've had 4 seasons to look at it.
I think all that only works if Hill is tilting the field.
Yeah,
all of it.
Right, and I feel like it's leave Tua with a one reader. We're treating him like he's still a rookie. Like you eventually have to have this guy go through some progressions.
Yeah.
Like everything's a motion, fake this, go that way. Mm-hmm. Like there's no like actual reading the field with him.
We're very fair in our unfair hatred of some of these quarterbacks, but if Justin Herbert had never thrown 30 touchdowns, people would be frothing at the mouth that he's an absolute bust. But Tua just gets all these passes.
Yeah.
Well, we don't like Herbert either, so that's why I was saying we're fair, because we rip them both. But
they just give him the benefit of the doubt. Alabama won. He was Alabama. He won a national championship, and they just hand him the golden pass. And it's like, yep, you will never take criticism. It's all because of the concussions. And, and I know we haven't touched too much on the defense, but that's only gotten worse every single season.
Yeah.
It hasn't gotten any better. Yeah, I don't know what they've been bringing to it. They're just cycling in defensive linemen every single time. The secondary is getting weaker every year. So they can't stop people either. So either that offense has to be humming. Tua's got to finally throw over 30 touchdowns, because that defense isn't going to hold its own.
No, because they haven't been able to bring the hired guns in. Like I said, that's really my only thought on the defense. I'm completely down, and the over-under is 7.5 for the Dolphins.
Wow,
which
okay,
that's pretty low, but I'm still going under.
Yeah.
I don't think people appreciate what the Dolphins have squandered over the last couple years. That roster that they had, what they've been losing, and the primes of Tyreek Hill, which is one of the best wide receiver primes ever.
Oh yeah.
And I think they've squandered all that, and I think we're going to see that this year. I think McDaniel will be in hell, and he'll probably be fired after this
because of the ownership.
He'll be fine. He'll have a good career, but I think that this is it for this run.
This is the time. Yeah, because the last 5 years they've had over 8 wins. Just looking at that little sheet right there.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, 7.5 is a good number. I kind of agree. I don't think this team's got it anymore, and if Tyreek Hill definitely loses that step, it's over. So, I think 7 sounds about right. 6 or 7. They could easily fall to the worst in the East.
They could.
Like this team, I do not have faith. If they made the playoffs, I'm like, that they're out. Whoever they're playing, they lost. Yeah, I don't believe in this team actually getting there. And the AFC is stacked.
Yeah.
I'm going under. I mean,
all right,
you gotta lay down the law somewhere, and that run is over. I think we've called that as a podcast.
The podcast has officially made a stance. All right, New York Jets.
Oh God,
5-12 last year. False prophet Aaron Rodgers came in, fired the coach, brought in his wide receiver friends. Then played dumb, like, well, it's all a coincidence.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't my decision. Yeah,
it was a year from hell for the Jets, and the defense finally wore down. After 2 great years, 5-12, and they were irrelevant by, I would say, pretty much by October. Like, you kept thinking Aaron Rodgers will turn this around. They got the Devontae Adams trade. You thought, oh, they're hyped again.
They had a little
Adams
streak
and Wilson, but every time they just kind of continued to fizzle.
Yeah, they did worse last year than they did with Zach Wilson the year before. That's just sad.
That is sad.
Like,
especially since this defense,
man, it's such a good defense.
Yeah.
Or
Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, all the different pieces, but now CJ Mosley's gone. A lot of those players have aged out of it. Their other corner, I forgot his name, but he's now gone.
Yeah.
Free agency. It's just, golly. I feel like they wasted this defense, and now they bring in Justin Fields.
Oh man, just why is this the answer?
Yeah, okay. So let's talk about this new era at the Jets. What the Aaron Glenn Justin Fields era begins. Are you pumped?
No, not at all. This has been the classic Jets move. If something doesn't work for 2 or 3 seasons, let's just set off the nuke and start again. I don't know why they keep doing this. This has been the same running thing since the last time they made the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Ever since the butt fumble in Sanchez, this has been the way they run their program.
So that's their last time in the playoffs, period.
2010.
14 years ago?
14 years. We're going on 15 seasons. I think longest streak in the NFL, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to double check that, but
yeah,
I believe that's right.
The Browns made it in 2020. Yeah.
Okay. So, it's been a long time, but every time it's like these little 3-year, they tried Darnold for a little bit, and Gase blew that up. They try, Zach Wilson, solid. They blow that up. They do it with Rodgers. They blow that up. Now here we are with Justin Fields. And why Justin Fields? What do we do? What do we think? Why do we think Justin Fields is good?
We don't.
He had one good season, and I put good in quotes, with Chicago because he was running for his life and he was athletic enough to make some good plays on a 3-14 team.
Yeah, he showed some real heart, but it wasn't. But he got NFL quarterback.
He got benched last year while they were winning games in Pittsburgh. I trust Mike Tomlin's opinion of Justin Fields.
Yeah.
This guy can't read the field that well.
Yeah.
And you don't have an offensive-minded coach either. So you kind of have this guy that's just a very mediocre, hopefully you can move the chains with him, quarterback.
Yeah. Let's talk about one-read quarterbacks like you mentioned for Tua. Yeah. Justin Fields is even worse.
Oh, yeah.
One of the PFF guys was saying he went back and watched Justin Fields' college highlights.
Okay.
And now knowing what we know about how Justin Fields really can't make decisions, he just went, oh, no. It's there.
Yeah.
It's right. Yes, it's the highlights, but you're like, oh, no.
Yep.
It was right there, plain as day. He stands in the pocket. He stares the guy down. He's processing very slowly, and he fires it off. And thank goodness it was Olave, Garrett Wilson, and, and Smith and Jigba and everybody, or whatever the elite Ohio State receivers they had at that time.
Yeah, plenty of weapons. But yeah, he just he does the one read. If he gets a little pressure, he panics. He still does it. Mm-hmm. He's just never going to get out of that habit of there's pressure, I got to run. Mm-hmm. And some quarterbacks are just like, there's pressure, I got to check it down. That's a good quarterback to me. Yes, you can run, but you also need to know that, oh, I got this guy in the flat, or I can throw this little tough 5-yarder that's going to be an incomplete pass, rather than me running around for 5-7 seconds, pissing off my offensive line and taking a sack. That's classic Justin Fields. What is it, his sixth year now or something?
It was 2021 drafted, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's fifth year. Yeah,
fifth year. I'm sold. He's already a bust to me. He's done.
Yeah, and
because this is his third team.
Yeah, this particular area is an area that is generally you don't fully know what the processing speed in your brain is like until you get to this level.
Yeah.
And this is not an area you can really improve.
Yeah.
And I think we've seen that while he's young, he may be able to make enough plays with his legs. Now, being a little more positive, that same Justin Fields we saw with the Bears, making plays with his legs, making the one readers, that might be enough if this defense
can hold. Because there's still like one read options. You can still hit Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
You still got Breece Hall in the backfield. So there's still like some sort of offensive, capability there.
And so the Jets have one below elite season for the Jets, or for the defense. And then Aaron Glenn comes in and this headline says Aaron Glenn can fix the defense. Excuse me? This defense has been elite. Like one of the best defenses of the 2020s. What do you mean Aaron Glenn's coming in to fix one of the best defenses in the NFL? They said they were exhausted. They had like 2 straight years where they had to carry the team.
Oh, yeah.
Carry Zach Wilson. Aaron Glenn coming in to fix it.
This was not.
I don't even get the whole Aaron Glenn thing as a head coach at all.
Just about to say that.
Okay,
he's probably the most shocking hire I saw in quite some time as a head coach. Why are we hiring the defensive coordinator for the Lions?
Yeah.
What was the problem for the last 3 years with the Lions? The defense.
Yeah.
Did Aaron Glenn fix that? No.
Yeah.
Why do we now we're going to hand him a head coaching job to fix our defense that's already good? Like, this makes no sense.
The defense ruined everything for Detroit,
right?
Like, I get that there was like reasons for it. They had horrible personnel, but do you remember when they were pushing for the wild card? They like started like 1-7, and they won like 8 in a row, and it was like, dude, Lions are going to make the wild card round. It's like 2022.
Yeah.
And then they gave up like 350 rushing yards to the Panthers. It was horrific.
Yeah.
No one was talking about Aaron Glenn at that point.
Yeah.
Then 2023, of course, they have one of the worst defenses ever. They have this historic offense, but they have like a below average defense that ends up blowing in the playoffs. Last year, they have a great defense until everyone gets hurt.
Yeah.
And they just get decimated.
And then you just give him the benefit of the doubt through all of that and
like,
give him a head coaching job?
Yeah. I mean, I get it that it wasn't his fault, but like the bad stuff still happened.
Yeah. It's like, still there. It
like
exists.
If the plumber comes to my house and floods it 3 times in a row, and there's like explanations for all 3 floods, I'm like, okay, good, but I'm not going to recommend him.
He's not getting a referral, man.
Yeah, it's it wasn't his fault, but I also can't say that he's a good plumber.
Yeah. But I do know a guy.
all of this is exactly symptoms of a bad owner and a bad franchise. That's what we're really talking about here.
This
is
from
the Aaron Rodgers thing to the Aaron Glenn thing, just all of it.
This is the fallout. You sold your soul to try to win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. He blew his Achilles. You lost the season. He comes back. Oh, he's not that great.
Yeah.
And we sold off our coach. We brought in Adams. We brought in all these receivers for him. And now we're paying the price. Now we're stuck with Justin Fields and some actual guys that have some talent. I feel sorry for Sauce Gardner and Breece Hall.
Quinn and Williams.
Like, they got some dang good talent. And
they do.
These guys are going to be so pissed off by the end of this season.
And they've already been pissed off. They went through the Zach Wilson era.
Yeah. So, I mean,
a lot of them did.
Yeah. Poor Jets. I mean, I think it's another season to miss the playoffs with them.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
well, Vegas has the low over under 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
That's really, man. I know we've just been
ripping
on the Jets, but I think I would take the over on that because
like 7 wins.
Everything we're talking about is in context of getting back to the playoffs, getting the Super Bowl. I don't think that's going to happen. Getting 7 wins with this defense, with Justin Fields, and against bad teams especially, I'm going to take the over.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm going to go under again.
Oh, really?
I think
still under.
I think it's time for them to draft another busting rookie quarterback. So this will be the season they get a good enough pick to draft a quarterback, and Aaron Glenn will ruin him. They'll fire him.
Yeah,
and then they'll nuke the team again.
They've got to have one every election cycle.
Yeah,
basically. It's Darnold to Zach Wilson.
It's been a little while. I think they got a tough schedule. I think it's going to be rough. I think they got egos in that locker room that are not going to like losing early.
Yeah. And might not buy into this Aaron Glenn thing. Be like, why have we become the Lions defense without the Lions offense?
Yeah. I mean, you start at home, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, 2 games at home. I think they lose them. It's funny they play Pittsburgh at home. That's Rodgers.
Oh my gosh.
Week 1. That's hilarious.
Whoa.
And Rodgers is going to carve them up.
Oh.
and then you get Tampa.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
That's
They lose
sorry,
week 1. This season's over.
Jets fans, I am so sorry. Because Jets fans, man, they deserve a lot of credit for sticking with the team.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have the longest drought, like you said, in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think I heard somewhere, like when the Mariners finally made the playoffs, which we're Mariners fans, so we can talk about this.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the Jets had took over in the longest drought.
Like the Big Four hockey and basketball. Yeah.
So if you can stick through these droughts, you deserve everything. But you don't deserve that. You don't deserve Aaron Rodgers week 1 carving you up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You don't deserve it, but you're going to get it.
That's the cruelty of sports.
Yep. I don't know. They did not do a good job. I think this is bad ownership. You brought in the wrong guy again. Yeah. I thought Saleh was a good hire. Glenn, no, not so much.
I really do not like the Aaron Glenn hire.
And I'll be pleasantly surprised if they actually are in the race here. If Fields can actually make some reads and Glenn coaches a good defense, I would be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, if we can get Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, some big games where stuff matters, that would be fun.
Yeah, but that's just not Jet style. This team's going crashing and burning this year. I'm picking the under.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take the over. I think they hold on for mediocrity at least.
Okay.
All right, let's go to, I think what is, at least so far, has been the most difficult team for me.
Yeah.
To really get my head around, and that is the New England Patriots, who went 4-13 last year, their first year without Bill Belichick, the 21st century. Gerard Mayo comes in. He's, sort of corporate speak. Like, he just never really connected in a real way. He's being replaced by Mike Vrabel, who was a better Patriots linebacker than Mayo anyway.
Yeah.
Vrabel actually played in some winning Super Bowls. Sorry that I'm burning Gerard Mayo.
Hit him while he's down.
No. But the season was really bad. The roster was really bad. This is classic Robert Kraft, successfully keeping himself still in the dynasty because now he can say Belichick didn't live up to his standards, so he let him go. Mayo didn't reach the standards of my standards, so I let him go.
Yeah.
Because I'm still in the dynasty. But this is it. Vrabel has to be good, or Robert Kraft will be shown as a bad owner of the last decade at least.
Oh yeah.
And he fills people with nostalgia. We're looking at the dynasty Patriots when we look at Mike Vrabel in a New England hoodie this year. So.
Yeah. I feel like New England's got some hope this year. I mean, things that I've heard, there's a little underdog darling in this, which pisses me off.
Well, because
you've been to 10 friggin' Super Bowls the past 2 decades, and now we're the underdog darlings of the East. Come on, what are we doing? You gotta hate a team while they're down.
Come on, people, we're so soft.
I know, but I do like Vrabel. He's a proven good head coach. He got a lot out of Tennessee. It was just Henry. What he got out of Tannehill in those seasons was amazing.
Yeah.
So he's proven he knows how to run the trenches. Definitely a good coach. So I think that's a good hire. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah.
Do they have the pieces that they need to actually be successful? Is another question. I don't know. Drake May had an okay season.
Yeah.
For being a rookie, they let him sit behind Brissett for a little bit, and then they brought him in, which was a good move. Don't just throw him into the gauntlet and get him crushed. So he did fine for a rookie. They're starting to figure out what he wants.
Yeah, it's I don't think we really know anything yet other than that he didn't collapse as a complete bust who can't play in the NFL. But he started 12 games, but he only completed 10 games.
Yeah.
One of them, he just came in there to get the start and threw one pass and left. That was week 17 or week 18.
Yeah.
So 10 games, nothing really flashy, no 300-yard games, a lot of excuses because of the O-line, the receivers. So I would say, if you actually asked me, what is Drake May, I would say, I don't know.
It's still up in the air.
I don't think you cannot talk yourself into an upward trajectory yet.
Yeah.
We are still in the I don't know phase.
Because everyone
might as well be a rookie.
Because they didn't have any weapons last year. I mean, there was nothing. I like that they picked the lineman this year.
Campbell.
Vrabel's build through the trenches.
Yeah.
Campbell said he would die for Drake May. Love that. That's what you want from an
That's
offensive
New England
lineman.
Football.
But did they really improve their offensive weapons? They brought in Stephon Diggs. He's washed up. That ain't really gonna help.
I'm always predisposed to say a star cannot keep it up.
Yeah.
Every year older is a year that's less likely.
Yeah. We're talking Kendrick Bourne was basically their number one last year.
Cool.
Yeah. Hunter Henry. Like, they didn't really upgrade at receiver, I don't believe. Maybe they took some like third rounder I don't really know about.
They got Mac Hollins, Kirk.
Oh,
they brought in Mac Hollins.
Mac Hollins is still playing. God, this guy gets like 2 touchdowns in 1 week and everybody remembers him. Drives me nuts. But
He's
yeah.
the new now I forgot him, so I guess maybe not. Demarcus Robinson.
Demarcus Robinson, Lance Moore.
Yeah, Lance Moore type.
Yeah.
Remembered more for fantasy football than for real football.
You know, Ramondre Stevenson's a year older. Mm-hmm. You know, he's going to wear down at some point. So, I mean, like, this team is very mediocre, and everyone's giving them a lot of credit because they think May's going to make the leap. Yeah. They think Vrabel is a good enough coach to make this happen.
Yeah. There's a little bit of the dynasty dust here.
Yeah.
Because of Vrabel's, part of that dynasty. He's not really part of the Belichick coaching tree, but he was there for those first, 3-4 Super Bowls.
Yeah. And that defense has got a hold. It's just been getting weaker and weaker. So I don't know what we're gonna do there either. So there's so many question marks on this team, but I think it's the dynasty dust. Everybody loves the hire, and people like Drake May despite him only playing 10 games. Everybody loved what they saw out of him. Like, oh, he's doing all of this and he's working with nothing.
I think the right way to phrase it is that they've brought every unit up to medium, so where the dynasty dust can work.
Okay.
Because like the secondary is pretty good, defensive line, you don't know, offensive line, you don't know, but like we've gotten to the point where it's like maybe with everything across New England, including the coaching. So like the dynasty dust is working because there is like improvement on paper there. You see that in the over-under, 8.5.
Whoa.
Higher. So what? Dolphins were 7.5, Jets were 6.5. So yeah, Patriots
expected to be second in the East.
That's a tough over for me.
That's a hard sell, man.
That's a Drake May over. If you believe in Drake May, take the over.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can because I just said I didn't.
Yeah. I mean,
we do not like the rest of the AFC East.
I know. I wasn't expecting to. I mean, the Jets I was expecting to be down on. Patriots, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I can't sell myself on it. 9 games. That's basically saying they're in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, they're saying a winning season here.
Yeah, that's a tough sell, man. I feel like I'm gonna have to go under. I think Vrabel's gonna need a season to figure out who's actually the guys that I want. Mm-hmm. Who are the fakers? There is always a new head coach hire that kind of comes out of nowhere and blows things up and makes the playoffs like this, but I don't know. I don't see it. I think this is it's got a mediocre season written all over it, which sounds like a 9 winner, a 9-8, or an 8-9.
That could be 9-8.
I think I'm going slightly under.
Okay.
I think the East it's tough this year with them.
Yeah. I'll stay with the under as well. I still at my rookie evaluation of Drake May.
Yeah.
Who is
this guy?
To watch.
Like,
everyone's like telling me how Drake May is making beautiful plays in college. Like, dude, he couldn't sustain a drive.
Yeah.
All those games sucked. North Carolina was never competitive. They were like on a national title type of level. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Well,
yeah, I don't know. And he threw 15 touchdowns and 10 picks last year. So
okay.
I mean, he did good enough, but I still don't know who this guy is. And until Vrabel takes this thing over, I really don't know. I just don't think they still haven't got the weapons. They're going to figure out the trenches. Bringing in Milton Williams from the Eagles is kind of a splash.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
But that's the type of thing you do when you have a quarterback on a rookie contract.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the Dolphins used to be able to do. They're on the tail end of that. So we could see the Patriots on the beginning of this cycle. So
I think it's going to be close. I got this team as a very 500 team, but I think I still got to pick the under.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So did you take any overs here?
Bills.
You took Bills.
Which is pretty bold in itself.
Yeah. Well, now we kind of talked ourselves into why the Bills have a 12.5 win-loss total, because we're basically spotting them 6 wins here, because we have been harsh on the Dolphins, Jets,
and
Patriots. Who's winning the division?
I think the Jets got a chance. I've always been an Aaron Glenn believer.
We just picked them under on 6.5.
The reason the Lions were good for all that, they started to rebuild that thing under Aaron Glenn.
We have had podcasts where I've said the opposite, and I hate it.
Oh, I know.
Because you try to talk yourself into it. That's the whole point of this is not to give any listener the digestible information. It's to kind of talk us all through it. Football is fun. It's emotional, and it's
you got to make sense of what the whole team looks like as a whole. And you can deep dive into analytics and stats and this off-season signing, but eventually you just got to look at the big picture. What does this team actually look like?
Yeah, and just I feel like with a nice gloss of the big picture moving forward is going to have just be shredded by injuries and happenstance. I always say, it's an oblong shaped thing. The football bounces in some weird ways.
Yeah, there's a lot of luck when that ball hits the turf.
There really is.
But
so we're saying Bills.
Yeah, Bills. I mean, taking another AFC East crown. So we'll see if they can beat the Chiefs. Sorry for bringing that up again, Bills.
Yeah. Well, beat the Chiefs and we'll stop talking about it.
Beat them in the postseason.
Yeah, correct.
And then when you do beat them, please don't lose the next game to Baltimore with the Bengals. I could see that too. They get over the hump and then lose the championship.
I feel gosh, we've watched so much sports in our life. We know the heartbreak and brutality of sports. That's why Aaron Rodgers has thrown 4 touchdowns against the Jets in week 1. And that's why the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs in the divisional and lose the AFC title game.
We're from Seattle, man. We lost our basketball team. Our baseball team hasn't made the playoffs for 20 years, and they finally made it.
We spent 10 years as Ken Griffey Jr. Never went to the World Series.
Yeah. We threw a pick on the 1-yard line, going for a 2-peat. We know heartbreak, folks. It happens. We're sorry, Buffalo, but, we're right there with you.
Yeah. Kindred spirits. Yeah.
All right. But another championship for you, another division crown.
Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow to talk the big dogs.
Let's go.
The most listened to podcast of the week.
Oh, the hype, the
NFC East, Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, and Giants. My name's Miles.
I'm Kirk.
Good night.